God damn it. Merhaba. Guten Tag. Bonjour. Goeiedag. Hello. What's going on? Happy Easter. Did you find all your eggs? Huh? That your mommy has hidden in the house? Did you find all the eggs? I hope it was an amazing journey. You know. What are we doing actually? I need to decouple the chat real quick here, you know what I mean? Welcome on this beautiful Sunday, you know. Normally in my country, what we do as a tradition on Sunday, we go to mom and dad to eat. To go and eat patekes. You know what I mean? Choukes, eclairs. That's what we do there. Drinking coffee with patekes. Yeah. Wait, how can we... What is going on? There's too much going on the Sunday. This one here and then, no? Yeah. How did I do this? What's up, Osama Ibrahim, Irwanto, Sukirat? Hey Anthony, I have started Golang. And can you tell me which projects to initially start with? Well, exactly, this is the stream. This is going to be the stream for you, specially tailor-made. The second part, I think. The second part is going to be tailor-made for you, man. Happy Easter, my Ozu. Yeah, wait, how can I actually decouple this thing? It's like every time the same thing. Wait, I need to click this. Boom. I need to click on myself. And then this. Here. And then this, look at that. God damn it. Here, boom. Look at that. And I can paste it here. What up, Green U? 23, I hope. That's not the body count, but your age. Hey, welcome. Can we... Boom. Actually, just delete this thing, it's fine. Was browsing Reddit. Pretty depressing, not gonna lie. Sometimes, from time to time, I browse Reddit, you know. Still didn't finish the HTMX course, I see. I still need to do the deployments, which is actually not something you need to lie awake of. Everything is done, right? From setting up everything from scratch, AI integration to Stripe integration. Just 2 or 3 videos more about deployment, but that's actually not your biggest concern, you know. But nonetheless, I need to still implement that. That's why you have 33% discount. You know what I mean? It's like you give and you take in life. You know what I mean? It's a double-sided sword. All right, guys. Today, let me actually record the stream. Just need Devin to sign off on it. Yeah, that's true. Devin. Yeah, now everything is fine. Still fixed. Hello. 30 frames. Actually, that's fine. That's fine. So basically, what I want to do in the first part of the stream, I want to do 2 things. So first of all, I want to elaborate why error handling, returning errors from HTTP handlers is very important. Why am I going to do this? Well, because I made a video actually. Look at that. Let's find this video first, guys. Let's go to YouTube. Boom, press enter, and then we go to this little MFR here, and I have a video. Wait, I get some messages again. Why? Sorry guys, Sunday, Monday, it doesn't really matter. People are gonna find me each time of the day, of the week. So where is this thing? Timmy chat, switch, this one. Why the Golang 1.22 HTTP router is not great. And here, these are actually responses I get, right? And I was telling that basically the HTTP handler needs to return an error. And I was a little bit flabbergasted by the responses by people, right? Hey, everybody can leave their opinion. That's perfectly fine. But I didn't thought there were so many people that say, hey, listen, I don't agree that the stdlib handler should return an error. How would that error be handled? Only by reading this, I'm so sorry, Ferdinand Steenkamp 1333. Only by reading this, I know that you don't know. And that's why I'm making this video, so you know. Right, let's read the whole thing. I don't agree that the stdlib, and there's a lot of others, right? I don't agree that the stdlib handler should return an error. How would that error be handled other than closing the server? I don't know. I don't understand what you mean by that, but still. I do, however, create my own handler tab that returns an error so that I can pass results to the middlewares. Okay, by not returning an error, the stdlib is forcing you to handle the error, which is the correct behavior. I don't understand that, but hey. Wait, let me see, there's some here, this guy, I know him, well, he's a part of the community for quite some time here. Handler functions run as Go routines. Yeah, of course. There is no point in returning errors. There are. Trust me. Normally, I have a narrative about an opinion. And strong opinions. I have strong opinions, but that does not mean that I'm staying true to my opinions. If somebody comes up and give me some arguments like A, B, C, D, E, and I read whatever the verb is for this thing. I don't know. I speak, like, guys, I speak 12 languages, you know. And it makes sense. I can basically change my opinion. But with these handlers, errors, returns, I will never change my opinion ever. Because I think I'm right here. And I want to prove this. Any rather that here's the stdlib. A created handler doesn't return an error. The error comes from the service that's called within the handler in any case. So people, I have the feeling that people have no clue why. That's why we're gonna do this right now. Today is Pascoa here, Brazil. I don't know what it is. Hopefully it's about these Brazilian girls with topless and they do la 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 la. I hope that's the. I hope that we have Easter where we basically just wake up and we need to find eggs. That's what we need to do. You know what I mean? Oh, yes, egg. Oh, another egg. Yippee. You know what I mean? And in Brazil, they have like these topless dancers. Why? Never lucky, isn't it? Never lucky. What are we doing? You can't sleep without my full C. Oh yeah, I see. Dave, it's coming, Dave, it's coming. Hey guys, I feel a little bit anxious today because I'm quit smoking these nicotine. Man, it's wild. I wake up in the middle of the night with night sweats and everything and completely soaked, and then I wake up and I Google it because it's like like the 7th day I'm waking up with night sweats, and I Google it, night sweat, and the first thing I open, cancer. Symptoms of cancer. What the fuck, man? You don't Google. Don't use Google for symptoms, because you're gonna go from, hey, I have anxiety, to I have a panic attack. That's actually what happens. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Holy shit, man. So now I'm basically using these Nicorette gums, you know what I mean? Which kind of helps. It's not the same, but still, it's fucked up. So never do drugs and never be addicted to anything, whatever, right? So it can be that I'm a little bit, I don't know, shaky and I don't know what it is, right? Anyway, so let's get started here, right? We're gonna make... let me blind homies of the blind homies. We're gonna do an mkdir of Golang error, which actually, to be honest, let's do HTTP error, something like that. No, that's not good. Handler error. Boom. 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 And it's also not the best. The thing is, quit smoking is, you need to be in a good position in your life. So many things are happening in my life right now that I'm already nervous as fuck. I'm an overthinker, so I'm always overthinking. I'm always nervous. And now this is like, man, it's fucking painful. I'm not gonna fucking lie. Anyway, nonetheless, what is this? It's mandatory have an error from another man. It is mandatory. It is, but people do not understand, so we're gonna teach them a lesson. Timmies! You know what I mean? You know the Timmy scale? Stop being a Timmy. God damn it. What are we gonna do? We're gonna touch a main.go real quick here. What? Main go here. Package main. Look at that. Boom, boom. Func main. Whoops. With the speed of sound. Okay, so we're gonna first mock a simple API, and I'm gonna show you why. Yeah, and I'm recording this, and hopefully I can edit this to something good, right? So we're gonna say that the router is gonna be the HTTP new mix or something like that, right? HTTP listen and serve. We're gonna do the port of ports, and then we're gonna say it's gonna be the router, and then we're gonna have something like, that's for later on, func. Sucks if your actual name is Timmy. Yeah, man, it's so bad. And I'm gonna make this, yeah, I know. There is one guy on Twitter whose name is Timmy. That's fucking crazy, to be honest. Okay, so let's make it very simple, right? So let's do something like handle get user by ID, right? It's very simple. No error, no nothing, right? And we're gonna do something like WHTTP response writer, the same thing. Look at that. You guys have no clue. If you watch my streams, you think, why is this guy so weird? And because I can't see what I'm typing. Why? Because my whole screen is covered with these shenanigans here, you know? Let me click this like a Timmy. And then we're going to say R is going to be a pointer to an HTTP request. Just like that. Oh, and then we do this, right? So basically what's going to happen is, it's going to be an ID, which is going to be something like R dot... What's the new thing to get that? Route... How is it called? I don't fucking know how it's called. Here. Yeah, let me click this medium post and real quick because I have no clue how it works, right? I'm a Timmy sometimes. Look at that. Where's this? Why can't I... How is it called, guys? Fast. Please. R dot something. Tell me. Real quick. Man, well, this is the most important thing and nobody fucking knows. No, there's no documentation about that. Pat something. Yeah, it is. Pat something. I know what it is. R dot pat. Set pat. Value, is it this one maybe? Maybe it is, right? It's going to be ID, something like that, right? And then we're going to get the DB, get the user from the DB. How are we going to do this? Actually, to be honest, this could be something like this, right? Let's do it. Let's make it simple. ID R is going to be an UUID bars, I think it is. Just like, oh man, Anthony, what are you doing here, right? Let's do that, right? Let's do something like go mod in it, because otherwise foo bar. Press enter and then go get github.com/google/uuid, press enter. Boom. And now we can actually do this. Look at that. That's how you be a chat, you know? So this is the thing, right? Oh, we are parsing this path value into an UUID. Okay. Timmy's will basically not handle the error, but if we need best is to handle these errors. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say if the error is not null, right? Yeah, we cannot return an error, so we need to do it here. So we're gonna say, let me make, right, JSON. Oh man, this is so annoying, right? We did this 1,000,000 times. HTTP response writers, and then we're gonna do something like the codes, which is gonna be an integer, and then the v is gonna be an any actually, and then error here, and we do something like return JSON new encoder. W encode v. Is that a thing? And of course we need to do w write header this code, and we also need to set the content type, but hey, fuck that shit, you know what I mean? No content type today. So we're gonna say if there is an error, we're gonna write JSON, here. W is going to be, I don't know, what's a bad request? 400? Is that true? What's bad? I don't know. Wait. We don't need to know actually. HTTP status bad request. Is that a bad request? I think it is, right? Because you make a bad request, right? Everything is a bad request. If you're basically in doubt, it's a bad request. That's what I always do for 25 years, 20 years actually. So, and I'm still here. You know what I mean? I have a YouTube channel. So it's fine. Don't worry about it. And then we need to do, yeah, you could do anything, right? It doesn't really matter. Let's make a map string, any, and then we say something like error. It's gonna be ash error. I don't know, man. Can we do that? We can't. Boom. Something like that. Very simple, right? And then of course, we need to return here, right? Because otherwise you're gonna execute the rest of your code, right? And maybe let's make a type here real quick. Type user struct. Boom. We don't have actually care. Actually, maybe we do. Let's do ID, UID. And we're gonna do this. Let me copy this white JSON here, paste that in, and then we're gonna say status OK, and then delete this, and we're gonna make this a user with an ID, something like that. We need to do this. Okay. Boom. Boom. Okay, simple. Of course, you're gonna get the database. Doesn't really matter. All right, that's that. The next thing we're gonna do is gonna list users. Very simple. We're gonna do the same thing. Paste that in. Handle list users, something like that. How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna mock this? Func get users. User error. DB call, right? Return user. No, something like that, right? I'm gonna get the database, you know what I mean? I'm gonna say users r is gonna be get users if r non-nil. The same shenanigans. We're gonna do this, right? Go, boom, paste that in. Actually, no, this one. And otherwise, we return this. I'm gonna make that empty slice because we don't care. Actually, okay. Hey Anthony, how do you do form validation in Go? Do you use something like an if-else validator library? Normally, I use just simple stuff. I use. I do this thing. I have always an I have two types. I have the XXX request, right, which is going to be a structure, and I also have the type XXX response, list user response, get admin response, get admin request, something like that, in that kind of order response. And what you do is you marshal the request into this structure, and you make something like, actually the response doesn't really matter, and you do something like func or XXX request validate. And what you do here is you return a map of errors with a boolean. That's what I do most of the time. Is that the best thing? I don't know. It's just what I use, right? You can do whatever you want. Doesn't really matter. I keep things simple. Validation lips are amazing, but do we have amazing validation lips? That's the question, right? That's the question. Grim Reaper, hey, what's up, man? Grim Reaper, I watch your videos, but this is my first time watching live. Grim Reaper, you should. Shame on you, man. Shame on you. I know you for a very long time, to be honest. All right. Okay, so can you imagine? You can follow, right? Let me actually just get users. Let me demote this thing to the bottom, right? So we have actually. Let's make it complete. How do we do this? Router handle func. Get. Is it this one? User ID. Not quite sure. I think it's something like that. Handle get user ID, and then copy paste this in. Get user, something like that. You know what I mean? Handle get list users, by the way. List users. Presenter. This is it. This is it. Right? Very simple. But can you imagine? You're gonna have a big list, a big API. Get user, get admin, yada yada. A big API. Imagine that. We have 2 examples, but imagine we have way more handler as this, right? All right. So listen up. Okay. So how are we going? First of all, how are we going to make sure that we have? If you want to have a logging system, right? We want to log every error that occurs in our system. How do we do that? That's very simple, right? So here is an error, so we're going to do an slog error. Right? We're going to say HTTP handler error. Right? We could do handler, and we could say it's going to be the /handle get user by ID, something like that. And we're going to say the error is this thing, right? So we need to do the same thing for this other guy here, right? Boom, same thing, but it's going to be handle list users, right? Users, something like that, you know. Is it always a, maybe you could do something like the status code here, right? Status, you can see already the problem coming, right? You could do an HTTP, man, this is so huge here. Status, bad, gateway, it's fine. Request actually, let us be, because otherwise Reddit will pitchfork me and yeah, cancel me and all that stuff. So you can see the problem, right? You need to do this for all your handlers. And besides that, this is a very simple handler, but you can imagine that you're going to have multiple calls. So you're going to have multiple of these things, right? Right? It could be another error. It could be something else you need to check. Boom. And you have the same thing, right? And then again, somewhere in there, boom. And you have the same of the shenanigans going on in your code. Very dirty, but that's fine. I'm dirty. I like dirty. But there's a problem, because what if you want to implement something like Grafana logging or Elasticsearch or something else? You cannot swap it. Then you need to. This is one handler. These are 2 handlers. Imagine you have 50 of these handlers, and you're gonna change your logging system. You are fucked. Let us be honest. You are screwed, right? So I cannot imagine why people say to me, yeah, Anthony, but it needs to be like that. No, it's not, Timmy. It's not. This is garbage. Don't do that, right? What you need to do is you need to make sure that every handler is returning an error, right? Here, for example, we're going to change this up. This needs to return an error. Also, this bad boy needs to return an error, right? Yeah, but you're handled in Go routines. Yeah, so what? You know what I mean? I don't understand. I don't need. I basically, from all the comments they comment on this previous video, there's no legit comment that I say, hey, actually you're right. No, you're all wrong in this case, right? So what is this going to do? Well, it's very simple, because right now we can delete this and we can actually just do something like, we can return this right JSON, yeah, and we can return this thing. Easy peasy, no logging needed. We just return what we need to return, and that's done. What we also can do is, actually, to be honest, we don't even need to return right JSON. You could do this, right? You could say type API error is going to be a structure, right? And then we're going to say, for example, a status is going to be an integer, and then maybe an error itself, I don't know, or a message or whatever. You guys, be creative. It could be a string, right? And then we do this func e API error string, and then we just return return e message or something, right? Boom. And now we can actually delete this, and we can do something, because maybe we want to write this, and maybe we have a specific way, because this is write JSON, right? Look at this, guys. It's actually very important. Fuck, I cannot go back in history. Because then this is gone. Wait, return e message. People, this is so important actually. This is going to write your error in a specific way, right? It's going to use this format, right? The map string any, and it's just going to do an error here, right? But imagine you have 50 of those, 50 handlers, but you want to change. You and your front-end team, you decided, hey, we're going to change up our errors. We want some extra information from the backend so we can do some cool stuff in the front end. Good fucking luck. Why? Because you need to go through all of your handlers here and change this thing. But what if you make an API error here, which is a structure, which implements the error interface, right? This thing is an interface, right? So we could actually return this, this API error. And let's say it's gonna be a status, I don't know, the HTTP status bad request, and then the message is gonna be Timmy, something like that, right? And that's the only thing we need to do, and everything works pretty fine. And we don't need to care how this is going to be marshaled. That's for later on. You know what I mean? Okay, the same thing goes here, right? Let's copy the whole shebang here. Why not? Let's paste that in. Let's delete this, right? Let's delete these arrows because we don't need them anymore. Let's return, right? Boom. Okay. So, and the next step is to basically, now we're gonna have an error here, right, at the top, because this needs to have, this has a wrong signature, so we're gonna fix that. How are we gonna fix this? Make handlers. This is where I fuck up all the time. Let's do something like a type API func or something. I can't see, man. I can't see. Errors. That's our handler. So we're gonna say event or handler. It's gonna be an API func just like that, and we're gonna return http.handler func or something. Is that true? No clue. We're gonna see, right? And now let me actually do this. Paste back in, paste it in here, return this, delete this error because we don't need it. Do this, this, and this. If r is gonna be h wr r not null. Save. Write JSON. Boom. W. The status. What we could do here is actually assert this error. How can we do that? Is it like that? Can we do something like if, okay, that is going to be an API error. Okay. And then we can do e status e. Just too good. I'm just too good. Let us be honest here. Yada yada yada, right? And you can, and if it's not an API error, it's going to be some other error. Maybe you have a special error, special API error, or maybe you have just standard error. And you can, based on that error, you can do whatever you want, right? That's that. And of course, now you can do an slog here, error, and you can do whatever you want, right? You could say API error. You could also basically, if it's an internal server error, you can actually do a special message so you don't leak critical information, for example, right? Very important. You don't want to log out database information, cannot find row, yada yada. Okay, so you could do that. The error is basically the error here, actually e, right? And you could do, actually you could do this here, right? Or doesn't really matter. Status e status yada yada yada, and whatever you want to log, you're gonna log here, right? So now it's completely separated. So now you need to actually explain to me, right? Because I'm gonna cut this video out and it's gonna be on the internet. Explain to me why not actually. Before we do this, let's make it complete. Make handler. Why don't VS Code know what I want? Make handler. Man, skill issues, insane. Let's do make handler. I want to be fast because we don't have much time, isn't it? Well, now we're done, right? So why is returning an error from your handlers actually not the correct play here? Can somebody please explain me? Please. Why? I wish they would change the semantics of the handler func to be something like func. Yeah, error. Exactly, Alexander. Yakimenko. That's what I was. That was basically my response on the new Golang 1.22 handler, right? I said, guys, it's mid because we are still missing the error, which is very important. Because you can because error is an interface. That's why we can do so cool stuff with it, right? And why? How did I learn this? I learned this from Docker API. Way back, I think 8 years ago. Docker API, right? So before you comment on Reddit and everything, you Timmies, because that's what you are. This one, Timmy. Docker API was I think the first project that basically introduced wrapping. Well, the first project. Now it's like, huh, how is it possible? But I mean, back in the day when Golang was just in production and Docker was already experimenting with it, and I saw it there. They were wrapping exactly like this. They were calling it the API func. Not quite sure if it's still the API func, but they had a type API func this. And they do this, and they did the same thing, and they had a big list because they were switching over this error type. They did a switch. If the error is that, return this. If the error is that, return this. Docker API, official API was the first one. That's where I learned this from. Right? Not quite sure if it's still the same, but so many years it was that 100% like that. Because it's always the same thing, right? It's always make handler that we need to do. We always need to wrap. So it would be nice to have something like a default error handler, right? Like just like in these frameworks where we could do like, for example, a router.error handler is going to be func, yada yada. Give your own func, right? That would be nice. Error handler, event or something, whatever they want to call it, right? Even a router.method not found or something like that. Okay, but that's basically my response to the people telling me that returning an error is not the right play. Well, yeah, hey, this is, I can do more than this, right? Let us be honest. Oh shit, the Twitch. What's the goal for today? Laten officer. So that's the first part. The second part is, if you want to learn Golang, how can you... A lot of people come into the stream or basically DM me on Discord and say, hey Anthony, I'm basically, I'm depleted on project IDs. I don't know what project I need to make. How can I learn? What do I need to do? What do I need to build? Right? And I'm going to try something to show you how I did this in the beginning, right? Especially for Golang. Because I think a lot of you make the wrong decisions, the wrong projects for Golang. How do I get out of making CRUD apps? Everything seems CRUD in software engineering. It's not interesting me anymore. Something, exactly what we're going to do right now. Something. Listen, that's the second part of the stream. What do you recommend for the best front-end UI using Golang backend with mix routing? Whatever you want. I personally find the lack of grouping a bigger deal than errors is what Balokratoras is telling me. Well, it is, right? Because if you don't have an error, that's just what we did. We just wrap it and we have an error, right? There's no big of a deal. It's just a couple lines of code. But grouping can be way more boilerplate. Correct. So that's why that's why I think the video was not the 1.22 router was actually, to be honest, it was a Timmy play. Let us be honest. The only thing they did was this. The only cool thing was this. Yeah, the add pad value. So we could do this, something like that, right? But why not go deeper? We investigated X amount of frameworks that are popular in the community and we adopted the IDs. No, you didn't, right? Because all these ideas that are coming back from in JavaScript, from in PHP to JavaScript to all other frameworks to Golang, you didn't adopt that, right? You just adopted this. After fucking 12 years, you did this finally, right? So how many years is it going to take before you're gonna actually make it good? That's the question, because that's Golang. It takes way too long before something is get merged. I'm waiting for years and years for something to get merged with the WASM. And that's why I don't really like the Golang. I don't know who's building it, who's maintaining it, but there's something is wrong with these teams. In my opinion, it takes way too long. Right? And then they do patches every 6 months, but what kind of patches are they doing? That's my opinion. I'm sorry. If you want to make a language great, if you want to go further, you need to put some weight to it. The WASM thing is like, I see comments from 4 years in the past that people want a specific feature that people are, where they actually are working on. 4 years after the comment, it's still not even in a beta phase. It's like, what the hell's going on? Yeah, I'm sorry, but it is what it is, right? Can't come. I think it's fine. There are way worse languages out there, isn't it? Okay, so next part of the stream. What we're gonna do is this. Actually, I'm gonna use the same project, isn't it? So I'm gonna delete everything. How long until Zig go? Well, I don't know, man. Zig is like, is the font still good? Because I think it was a little bit too big for me, to be honest. Actually, let's zoom in, because Sunday, it's Easter. You know what I mean? You're already like a little bit from all the chocolate you eat today, isn't it? It's too warm in here. Gucci! Boom! Alright. So what I see a lot of people do in actually in any programming language, if they want to learn it, they are making all these APIs, right? Netflix clones, to-do lists, and all that stuff, weather apps, and all. And that's something else. But also, yeah, these things, right? Is that a bad thing to do? Depends on what you want to be. Golang, actually, guys. Let me show you. Timmy. Remember him? Remember Timmy? Oh, clear canvas. Sure, man. Golang. If you want to learn Golang, or you want to get hired in Golang, we don't need this timeline, actually, to be honest. We're not gonna do timelines today, right? Enough Timmy skills. In Golang, a lot of people are basically learning like this, right? The first thing they're gonna do is they're gonna learn APIs. You know, API. I would not do that. Why? Because and trust me, if you are going to get hired by a company that is using Golang, you are 90% of the time are not going to work on APIs. I can be wrong here. But that's my experience. Every time I get hired, back in the day, well, maybe API-ish, but not always. Because most of the time you're gonna work in some kind of a service system, some kind of a tooling system. Service, tooling, network. Distributed system. That's most of the time where you're gonna get deployed, when you're gonna work on a piece of service or a piece of tooling that's part of a bigger scope. Right? These companies are not building their stack in Golang. These companies have already a stack, most of the time, C#, C++, Java, Kotlin. Maybe they have some Python, Django, or Ruby. And they are actually start implementing Golang for some sweet spots where Golang makes sense. It's always for some weird old internal tool. Exactly, right? Something like that. So what's going to happen is that you're actually learning it wrong, right? Because the majority of the internet are, like I said, guys, we need to be very honest. And that's in life, that's everywhere in life, right? If you have the Timmy scale of life, and it's not basically to hurt emotions, because it does not mean that you're a Timmy right now, that you are going to be a Timmy in 6 months or 3 weeks, right? It's up to you. The Timmy life scale, is it like that? No, it's life scale. I'm a Timmy too. You know what I mean? You see, I can't even type. The Timmy life scale, you're going to have, right? You're going to have, let's say, 10% of people that are actually knowing what they are doing, and then you're going to have 90% of Timmys, right? That's a Timmy life scale. Okay? And this is the wide line. Remember that? I made a video about this. So, and it's in everything, right? It could be with girls, it could be with communication, it could be in any kind of job, in any kind of sports. It's the majority of the people are mediocre-ish, right? And Timmy is, people say, hey, who is Timmy? Well, Timmy is a collection of the average. And it can feel offended, but that's just how life works, right? I'm not, where do I fit in this thing? I don't know, you tell me. But hey, be realistic, right? Be realistic. So, most people on YouTube, or most people that are going to educate you, or going to post on Twitter, are also in these 90%, right? On the Timmy life scale. And what they are telling you is that, hey, you need to learn APIs, right? You need to learn how to build an API, you need to learn how to insert a user, authenticate a user, GWT and all that stuff. But that's actually, to be honest, not true. If you're learning JavaScript, Next.js, or you're going to get hired as a React engineer or something, then that is true. Because with React, you most of the time are going to build web applications. No services, no tooling, web applications, right? These full stack applications. Is that a bad thing? Of course not. React is a great technology. Next, SvelteKit and all these frameworks is amazing. JavaScript, everybody's complaining about it, but to be honest, JavaScript is amazing, right? You're gonna make it's what you prefer. If you're happy writing JavaScript, well, do it. You can make a lot of money. Why not? So let's get back. So don't do APIs because it's simple, especially if you're coming from JavaScript. I'm putting an emphasis on JavaScript because everybody was laughing at me that I was saying JavaScript. Huh? It's JavaScript. So for Golang, you're going to have service tooling, network distributed systems. So how we're going to train that? Well, what I did in the beginning was something like that, right? So very important aspect is if you do not know what to build, I recommend exploring servers. A little moment, because I get, oh shit, I got a message, a very important message from somebody that gets priority above you all, right? Wait. Just a second. Priority, man. Life is about priorities, and you need to prioritize some people. And then we're gonna do some Bob Ross freestyling. If you want to know what I'm sending, I'm sending ja ze, zeg maar wanneer. That's basically what I'm exactly what I'm responding to the person that sent me a message. All right. You still need kind of entry point to the program, which is likely to be an API service. In other words, it's his wife. Yeah, it is. Man, I come from far. A blasphemy, no one gets priority on me. man, I made big mistakes in my life, guys, and I come from a very bad 2 months, and I learned my lessons, and it ain't gonna happen anymore. See, I'm gonna prioritize what needs to be prioritized, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Holy shit, it was rough. Not gonna lie. Hey, just like Miley Cyrus is always gonna say, nothing breaks like a heart, and it's true. So let's keep that intact from now on, innit, guys? Let's keep that intact. Very important. Okay, so like service and everything, that's what I did, and I loved it. So for example, let's build some. I don't know what we're gonna build. Let's be creative. So let's start with some kind of a server, a structure, right? Let's keep it like that. It's fine. Let's give this thing an let's give this a thing here. We're gonna say S server. We're gonna make a pointer. Why not? And we're gonna say let's make a start function. That happens most of the time. Do we want an error? I have no clue. We're gonna see. And then we're gonna say we're gonna attach some listener. Actually, we could do this, right? We could say ln. So very important in this thing is that you never sketch out your project up front. You go with the flow. You go with the flow. You don't think. You just press buttons. I swear to God, this is not for everyone. It's not for the academics, but it's for all the others. The academics, they can't do this, right? They need to have structures and papers and but they don't make any money, right? Academics, they are poor for the rest of their lives because they are too academic. This is what it is. Unless you're Sam Altman. Don't plan, don't diagram. Stop doing that. So ln is going to be a listener. So it's going to be a net listener. Something like that. Listener. Boom. Let's save this. We're going to say that sln and an error. Actually, we need to do this for error. We could say it's going to be sln. We're going to accept. No, it's not true. I'm bad here. It's going to be s net listen TCP. A port probably. Is it true? Am I actually blind? Yeah, of course. But you have no config. I know. Relax. It's fine. Just the joy of painting, guys. The joy of painting. Let's do if r. Actually, we could do this, right? Let's return an error here. If r is not nil, let's return this bad boy here, right? Blasphemy, no one gets, or maybe it was me sending messages. Yeah, guys, again, man, listen. To be honest, I don't like that. Let me do this. I don't like it. I'm going to say ln like that. And in this case, I'm going to do ln is going to be ln, right? And then we're going to say something like accept is going to be in a for loop probably, right? It's going to be com r. It's going to be sln accept if r. It's not the problem is we cannot return this error here. Why? Because if we return this error, the problem is going to be that we cannot accept anymore. So what I want to do is let's do an slog. Actually, let's do this. Let's print it out for now. Let's do this. Something Timmy. Something that Timmy would do. Something like that. And then we continue here. Why not, right? And now we have a connection. Right. So why is this interesting? Because this is doing this stuff, which can be dirty. It's going to train your brain in certain patterns. It's going to train your brain how you can do stuff and what's in the library, instant library, and you're gonna have some Go routines and some mutexes, and you're gonna learn how Golang works, how things are getting done in every single project. Kubernetes, Docker, all the bullshit from HashiCorp, all the same thing, right? They all do the same kind of patterns, you know what I mean? That's important, because if you do these APIs, what database do I need to use? Supabase, insert user, send email notification, send a mail. You're still a fucking Timmy. You know what I mean? You're gonna stay at Timmy forever, because that's what everybody knows that. You know what I mean? Every bootcamp is teaching you that stuff. You need to be, like I said before, Golang, guys. Golang is here, right? You need to be here. this level needs to be filled in. Fill it in. Alright, now we have a connection. So in Golang, we don't want to handle, everybody knows this, we don't want to handle this connection right here, right? We want to handle this connection in the Go routine. So let's do something like func as server handle connection. It's going to be a com, it's going to be a net com, and we don't return an error. Why? In this case, it's a Go routine, and it doesn't make any sense to return an error because it's, yeah. So let's do Go as handle connection. Boom, and that's going to be the connection. We put that in, right? Something like that. Isn't that beautiful? And then we can say fmt println handling connection, and then we could do the con here. Actually, a remote editor or something like that. Boom. Right? As actually, let's construct this. The same thing. Func new server pointer to a server. Hop hop hop. Return and server. Is this the best code? No, but it doesn't matter. We're having fun. You know what I mean? We're having fun. We're gonna write so much code and we're gonna explore so much stuff that you're gonna learn way more than reading a fucking book. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's fine. New server. Okay. New server. Of course, we're gonna add more stuff, yeah? It's just like having fun, you know what I mean? People don't do this. People, I don't understand. That's what I did all my life, like just like painting some kind of a sketching things in on the fucking fly, whatever I want to do, and nobody's gonna tell me what I can do, how I can do it, whatever, man. Exploring the most things. That's amazing. So then we do if r is not gonna be, it's gonna be s start, boom, boom. If r is not nil, Golang shenanigans here. Let's do log fatal. What was that? Fatal r, something like that, and then it's gonna basically block here on start. It's gonna block here. It's perfectly fine. So we're never gonna have. It's fine. Go run. May not go, right? What's that? What's this for bullshit, man? Alright, so now this server is running. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do actually, to be honest, let's do this. Actually, you see? You're continuously changing. You're continuously letting your brain work. I'm gonna use an slog. That's what I was doing. Slog info TCP server started. Whatever gives you dopamine, put in there. Actually, you could do this. You could do this port. What's the port here? The hard-coded stuff 2 times. Timmy stuff. It's fine. What's going on? I'm reading and typing. I love the naming convention in Go. Just name it short and understandable. Meanwhile, the other languages, yeah. Go variable names, I feel, needs 20 more letters. Why? If you're, listen, I'm gonna say something. This video, if you're still wondering, if you're still basically get triggered by variable names, and then you're actually you're thinking of the wrong stuff. I'm sorry, right? I don't know you, but the thing is, like, don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. It doesn't really matter. If the community do as server and you don't want to do that, then you don't do it. Don't listen. It doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? It really doesn't matter. It doesn't. It's just blocking you. It's really blocking you with all this. I don't like the same with Java, right? All these factories and factories. That's what basically people tend to dislike. But it is what it is, right? You know what I mean? If you can make $1 million writing Java, well, then you're gonna write these factories. I don't understand why people are basically complaining. If you can drive a fucking 550 HP sports car with a beautiful wife sucking on your dick while you're driving, what the fuck is the problem with variable names, man? If they are 200 fucking letters long, characters long, I don't care. I would write them every single time of the day. You know what I mean? I don't care. You know, because my mind is somewhere else. Holy shit. Holy shit, man. Is the stream staying on YouTube? Yeah, it's everywhere, man. Yeah, that's true. So Zed Wayne, you're actually right? So we can be cocky and we can say all these things, but on the other hand, Zed Wayne is telling us you don't write code alone for you, you write it for others as well. That's true. That's why I'm telling you that in Golang, this is the convention, right? In Golang, the convention is S server or without point, whatever, small variable names, right? In Java, the convention is to have more verbose names from time to time. And in another language, it's that. And in this, every language has its own idioms, and we need to accept that, right? That's what I'm just saying. If I'm getting paid a shit ton of money for writing that language, and I need to do this because the language is, the community of the language is telling us, is doing that for years and years and years, I need to do the same thing. There's no need for me to complain about that, right? That's what I'm saying. Sucking what? Sucking dick, man. Is yeah, that happens from time to time. If you find the right wife. I know, guys. This is people say Anthony GG is a not safe for work stream. I mean, hey, if that's already triggering people, I'm so sorry. But life is way worse. You know what I mean? It's like, holy shit. Yeah. So now we have this TCP server. Now we can do something like, I don't know, maybe a telnet thingy. Can we do? Is localhost working on this thing? I don't know. Yeah, of course. You see, now we're handling a connection. It's simple, right? It's very simple. But it feels good because you already have direct dopamine. And now you can build on top of that, right? Yeah, actually, to be honest, Frank Emberstone, go look at the Rockstar GTA code. Yeah, I saw that. I saw a video about that. That's wild. Yeah, the thing is, it also depends, right? Because, listen, I'm gonna explain you how it works. Because you guys, and that's, so let's say you're building a project. That's how most of the time these projects happen, right? So, some guy, at a certain point of time, that's always how it goes, decides to build something in his free time. This is how ideal code should look, right? Let's make some diagram. How does ideal code looks? Something like that. Beautifully. Look at that. God damn it. Beautiful code. Look at this. How beautiful. Everything tests. Integration tests. TDD. Beautiful variable names. Look at that. How beautiful this is. Beautiful. Look at that. Can we make a beautiful present? Look at this. The perfect project. This is how we dream of a project. You know what I mean? This is what every company wants us to write. This beautiful project. Everything is decoupled per documentation. This is the pinnacle of programming. But let's delete the pinnacle of pro. That's how it never works, guys. That's what they teach. That's what they say to you on Reddit and on all these courses is bullshit. How it works. Again, somewhere on the planet Earth, there is some kind of a guy having an idea. And what he's doing, he's gonna build a project. Right? He's gonna build a project. Could be you. It probably will be you, but you quit your project for some reason. Again and again and again. Hey, same for me, right? And you don't know what, you're gonna experiment, right? You're gonna write some code. Actually, to be honest, you're gonna write some code, right? no tests, something else. You have no clue how to name it, so you just name something, you know, like here and you know, it's like it's a big mess. And then, oh shit, it's not working, so I'm gonna copy paste something from here and here, and it's gonna be again some mess. And you know what I mean? Let's draw some stuff here and a little tree, like a pine tree here. You know, this is your project, but it works, and you put that online on Reddit or a game on itch.io or I don't know, or you, whatever. You just post this on Hacker News, and suddenly people say, hey, what the hell, man? This project is amazing. This tool. I want to use this tool. This is amazing. I'm going to use that. And people are signing up. Boom, signing up. And it's like, before you know, in 1 week of time, you have 1,000 users using this thing. Reporting bugs, asking for upgrades. They want to give you fucking money, but you still not have your Stripe integration, but they are actually already ready with bags of money because they actually want to use that. You're getting mails from companies that want to use that. This happens. Happens every single day, guys. Some random dude makes a project, quick and dirty, puts it on Hacker News or on whatever, and this is what happens. Do you think this project is going to be transformed into this thing? Now we need to... Do you think that that project ever will be this? Never ever, right? It's always going to be this. Of course, things are going to be refactored from time to time, but your project is doomed, right? It's already set out like that. So now it's my question to you. Now my question to you. We are freestyle coding, by the way, Bor. Bor is asking me, it doesn't look like onion, it's not perfect. But that's what I mean, right? People are always want to be perfect, always want to make the perfect thing. It doesn't exist. And that's why, guys, and you don't believe me, that's why you still make 40k a fucking year. Because you're so blindfolded by making things perfect that you cannot ship anymore. You cannot ship. You cannot market. You cannot talk to people. You're stuck in code. You're stuck in making things better. You're stuck in algorithms, making things better. You're stuck in performance, making things faster. And you all dream of having all that stuff. You all dream of having a good life and money and yada yada yada, but you're stuck. Hey, just saying. I'm gonna show you something. This thing, this company, over 1 million ARR. They make over 1 million each year. Made by 2 people. How? Some guy wanted to make heat maps for himself. He coded that in Node.js. Quick, dirty, filthy, badly, disgustingly. Posted that. Built it in, I think he built it in a weekend. Something very, very lean and mean. The worst code. Performance, it doesn't even work. You need to basically post that on Reddit. 1 year later, they make 1 million ARR. Hey. Do with this information what you want, man. Do what you want with that. Don't listen to me. Keep commenting on my videos. Yeah. But you drive a bicycle. You know what I mean? You're gonna keep riding your scooter, you know, with your helmet on. You know? It's not gonna work, guys. Listen to me, man. Please. Damn, I didn't press send on this message. Whew. Not this guy Hunter. I like this guy. He talks to the truth. He's not a baby programmer. Of course not. Yeah. Although I just shaved myself. But still. Okay, so now we have this thing. So, freestyle coding. Now we have this connection. What do you want to do? Well, you want to maybe add some peers to this thing, right? It's very important. Why are we going to add peers? Because, let's say, what is a peer? What is a connection? It's a netcon. We could do something like that. Actually, Boolean. Why not? Don't think about too much. So now we need to basically allocate this thing, right? We're going to say peers is going to be make me a map. Ooh, netcon to Boolean. Right? Okay. First thing we're gonna do, actually you could do a couple things. So you do it here or you do it here, doesn't really matter. I think handle con is fine. So you could do as peers is going to be con is true. Bad code, right? This code is already doomed. Okay? That's why this is a good practice to do these freestyle things and you build up. Maybe you're gonna build a chat. Or I don't know, maybe a key value thing or something. Maybe you want to build Redis here. This is all the beginning, right? These patterns, this is all the beginning of everything. This, trust me. Why is this bad? Because what's happening is handle connection. Maybe you want to check this peers, this map somewhere else, and you're sitting in a Go routine. So you need to have a mutex. You can do two things. You could say, hey, what did I told you? What did I already teach you on my stream? What do we need to do with the mutex? What's that? Can I please type here? Mutex. What do we do with the mutex? Don't you have to lock? Yes, Philippe Mugisa. Of course we need to have to lock, right? Mutex, we're gonna replace mutex with another word. That's what I teach. We're gonna replace mutex with a bottleneck. The word bottleneck. Bottle. Can I type? Holy crazy. Boom. Right. Every time in your career, like a mutex is not bad, right? Sometimes you need to use them. Sometimes there is, of course, they're always gonna be. You cannot avoid them. Sometimes you really need them. But the main lesson is, each time you see or gonna pronounce the word mutex, you're gonna replace it with bottleneck. Right? So if you go back to our code and we have this peer list here, we need to basically make sure that this is no race condition. We go on top. And then we're going to do something like mu. It's going to be async mutex. But now we need to do the thing I just learned you. Do we really need a bottleneck here? Do we really need a mutex here? Do we really need a bottleneck here? No. We don't want bottlenecks. You know what I mean? So, how can we do that? Well, we can actually do something like, what can we do? We can use Go routines to have some kind of a loop that handles certain messages in sync. So, we don't need to use mutexes to read messages or to handle messages or to add and delete peers. Where did I learn that? The exact same technique that we're going to implement now. I learned that in the Get Ethereum client. They use the same approach. Are they still using it? I have no clue. But back in the day when I was learning this stuff, I learned it there. I do not invent these patterns. I just come across them, and if they make sense to me, I keep adapting them. You know what I mean? Yeah, Kalus code, the same thing. That is why I don't like Rust. It forces you to use arg mutex all the time. If you have multiple threads on the same data, it's so hard to work around it in Rust. That's why Rust is a pain in the fucking ass for async code. Because Rust already... The problem... Look, even we don't have anything. Let's just delete this. Where is this fucking, this meeting is already gone, right? In Rust, we cannot do this, right? We can just run this, right? Look at that. We can go a minute go, right? We can just run this code. Nobody is complaining. Timmies are not gonna know what's going on. Rust will not allow this because this is a go routine and this is just a concurrent write, right? This is a concurrent write. There is no concurrent read yet, but that doesn't really matter. Normally, this in Rust is not going to happen. Then the question comes actually like, hey, but isn't Rust on safer? Yeah, but it's just like, I mean, if I go to the club, right? If I go to the club, okay, and I see a big giant dude with cauliflower ears, and next to that dude is a beautiful girl wearing a very mini skirt, and I go to that girl and I smack that girl's ass, what the fuck is going to happen with me, do you think? Huh? What do you think? The guy is going to turn around and he's going to say, hey, hands up, man. Woo! Thanks for smacking my bitch's ass. No. He's going to basically choke me to death. That's what this guy is doing. I know that. From the moment I enter the club and I see this giant dude with cauliflower ears and that girl with her miniskirt, I already know up front, I do not talk to that girl. I do not smack that girl's ass. I just stay away from the big dude with the cauliflower ears. Okay? The same thing counts in programming. You know that if you have a map in Golang, it's not only for Golang, it's basically in every language, that the moment you have a go routine and you're gonna write to this map, you're already getting choked out. You know that. But I don't know, Anthony. Well, that's exactly why, that's exactly life. You're gonna learn that by shooting yourself in the foot. Because once in your life, everybody goes into the club, smacks a bitch, and then some other guy, or most of the time, couple other guys come to you and they clap your fucking cheeks, right? And there's nothing you can do about that. And from that moment of time, you're basically, each time you're getting clapped on the cheeks. You know, this line is again too straight. You know, I don't like straight lines. You know what I mean? Boom. Each time you're getting clapped on the cheeks, each time you're going to become a Chad because you're gonna learn, right? That's life. Okay? Because if you have no experience with concurrent data, race conditions, you're just a new programmer entering Rust, like in JavaScript, you never come across these issues. You don't know, right? Because you're not programming that kind of things. And you go to Rust, and then they say cannot borrow self as mutable or something, whatever. You have no clue. It's the same thing as coming into that club the first time you enter a club, and you see a beautiful girl, but for some reason you cannot go to her. Somebody is I don't know, you're blocked or something. You can't just go to her. You have no clue why. You do not understand why you cannot go to her. But all these other people, they know, because they know they're gonna get clapped by the cauliflower guy, right? That's the same as programming. So to make this long story very short, is Rust a safer language? Yeah, but it basically annoys me the fuck, because it blocks me in doing things that I already know that I should not do, and I will fix it my way, right? I will make sure it's not gonna happen. But it already tries me. It's basically using a bicycle with side wheels for the rest of your life, right? Because what can happen if you drive a bicycle, you can basically just fall on the ground and smack your teeth. And that's what Rust is telling you. Hey, little Timmy. Hey, here are side wheels. So you can never smack your teeth, little boy. Ha ha. Ha. Good boy. You know? No. You need to smack your teeth. That's how you grow in life, man. He and his buddies going to run go routines. But that's exactly the thing, right? Research. Good morning, Anthony. What's up, man? Very good morning. Rust is like a dad holding your hand even when you're 90. That's true, that's true, that's true. Joke's on you, I have no teeth. It doesn't really matter. You can clap your nose. You know, you can break your nose. That's painful. But that being said, Rust is a great language. It's just like a little bit too much. Too much. It's just way too big of an idea, in my opinion. Rust is way too big of a language, way too big of an idea. It could be so good, but it isn't. Hey, of course, from time to time we will make mistakes, right? From time to time I'm gonna have problems with this code that I don't see. Right now I know it, but sometimes we're gonna make mistakes, right? We're gonna do some concurrent shit that's not coroutine safe, and we don't know it. But then we have the race detector in Golang, and we have so many tools. And is Rust safer? Yeah, it is, right? It doesn't allow you to do these things. Does that make it a better language? I don't know. Where's the gun show? How many people is actually? Wait. Huh? Mario, are you basically chatting in both Twitch and YouTube, or is YouTube, the YouTube UI, just combining everything? You can write crap in any language, exactly, right? You can write good code in any language. You can write bad code in any language. Hey, you can do that all. Okay, so how can we fix that? So what I do is we could make something like, for example, add peers chen or something, right? Let's make it like this. It's going to be a chen of netcon maybe, right? And then you could do, I don't know, how do we do that? It's long time that I made a channel actually. A chen netcom, right? Doesn't really matter. Buffer and buffer, just unbuffer it, and then you're gonna see if it ever gets fucked. You know what I mean? Don't, like I said, don't think too much, because people already, most of the time, people are not sure. Should it be buffered? Should it be unbuffered? And then they go to a YouTube video, they go to a book, they go to an article, and before they know, it's 5 o'clock and it's done, and you did not do anything, and you're still confused. You know, you just type code until it doesn't work anymore. That's a good approach if you're freestyling learning. So now we have a channel, huh? By the way, next week we're gonna do the what is it? The $1 billion. I'm always money on my mind, baby. Always money on my mind. The 1 billion roast challenging goal, right? That's what we're gonna do next week. I need to prepare that a little bit. I cannot just freestyle that thing, because that's not gonna be a good idea. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so we have an add peers channel. So what we could do here is basically this, right? Instead of doing that, we're gonna delete this. We're gonna do something like as the add peers channel. We're gonna write this connection into that thing, right? So the cool part is, if we have this one channel here, what's gonna happen is that this is gonna block, right? This is gonna, before you're gonna do code here. Not that that actually matters, but before you're gonna be here, you're gonna be 100% sure that it's actually gonna be handled. It's going to be added to the map. Just saying here, right? Now we need to have something else. The pattern is this. Well, what I use is something like that. Func as server, something like loop or something. Doesn't really matter. For select. Is this the best way? Hey, I don't know. I have no clue. I don't care. What's the best way to paint a tree? Ask Bob. I have no clue. Case as add peer. It's not gonna work. Let's do con or something. Is it like that? Yeah. Peers. Boom boom. Con. True. The boolean. You could use a strict or something if you really want to, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't actually matter. This for loop is complaining. because yeah, but we're gonna do more stuff, right? We're gonna do more stuff later on. Loop, yada yada. Actually, let's do an log or something. Reading messages and typing stuff. What are we gonna do here? Come, remote. A remote! Other, something like that. Okay, okay, okay. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. That's good. And then we can do stuff here. So what we're gonna do is, most of the time what I do here, I will never have netcom like this. I will always wrap that into a peer structure, right? But that's for later on. We're already, you see, we're already running up front on the things. So it's a thing where you can pipe things from a separate threads. Yeah, exactly. You can write into a channel and you can read it from from somewhere else. And the stuff is that these messages are going to be. You could actually see it like this, right? And these messages are going to be in some kind of an inbox, right? And they're gonna get handled one by one, right? So if you have add peer here, add peer here, add peer here, and you also add peer, read peer, you wanna read, and you are 100% sure that you're gonna first add the peer before you read it. You know what I mean? That's what's gonna happen. Okay, and then what is the difference between the buffered and unbuffered? Well, the thing is that your code will block. Your code will always block. So we're not gonna do in this rabbit hole. I have videos about that. But this thing is always gonna block if it's an unbuffered channel. Always gonna block until it's processed. And in some cases you don't want that, because your code blocks here. Because you have two threads, right? You have two Go routines. So if this one is still, wait, it's like reverse engineering here. If this one is still processing your message, you're gonna block here where you write until this is done. But if it's an unbuffered channel, if it's an unbuffered channel, it will directly go here. Sometimes you want that, and sometimes you do not want that. In case of this add peer, I don't think we want that. I want to be 100% sure. I want to block here until it's added. You know what I mean? That's the difference. There's a big rabbit hole. A very confusing rabbit hole to go into. And the best way to learn that is to just do it like I'm doing. Just make stuff, come up with things on the fly, and just do stuff. Dump things into things and see what's happening. That's the best way. The best way to learn. Yeah. Could be that we have a mistake. I have no clue here. Telnet again. Okay, there's a problem. No? It is. Oh yeah. So of course we have this loop thingy. Of course we need to start this loop somewhere. You know what I mean? Most of the time we do this here. So we're gonna net listen. And I think we can actually do something like this. Go as loop. Don't ask too many questions about that. You know what I mean? Just place it somewhere. It's gonna be fine. Why is this here? Wait, I think this is new. Did I make a mistake here? Listen here is fine. Loop thing, we don't care. Handle this connection. Put this thing in here. Because the moment you're gonna add this connection here, we might want to start a read loop from the peer itself. What's going on here? Why is it not working? Damn it, they ask me what I need to eat from Chinese. Okay, I'm gonna order Chinese. And it's Easter. And yeah. 300, that's not gonna work out. Okay, now we are good, right? So there is a new peer connected, you see? Beautiful. Everything works like a charm. Like a charm. You know? Yeah, I know. The problem with the thing is, guys, with YouTube is that this delay is so annoying, right? I really, really wish that YouTube had no delay. Because I'm doing a mistake and then 2 minutes later I already fixed it. But then you guys come up with, hey, you missed a 0. But it's YouTube. So you can also go to Twitch, actually. Akimitsu comes up with something very interesting, right? He's telling me, hey, Anthony, I think you should use context to make graceful shutdown for the for loop function. And he is 100% correct, right? Context is also very interesting to play around with this, but I would just leave it out for now because it's already going to confuse people. I would start very simple and add stuff on the go. And context could be something cool to cancel the for loop. But most of the time I use something different. But I think we should use context for that. Actually, that's a good idea. Actually, that's a good idea. Let's experiment with that, right? Let's do an experimentation. So we can actually, we have a server here, right? How can we shut them down? A couple ways we can do that. That could be an exercise, right? You could start something like this, and then you could say, okay, cool, I have this simple TCP server. Maybe you could go into here, where you're gonna start a read loop, where you're gonna start reading from this connection, so you can chat, right? And handle messages. That's something what you could do. Or you could start, how many times? Okay, or you could start with something like a graceful shutdown. So I actually never did a shutdown with context package, but we could do something like here. Let me now I need to think a little bit actually. Most of the time when I shut it down, I have a closed. Actually, if I want to shut down the server gracefully, I do this, right? I do this. I have a very simple thing. It's going to be the quit. Like a quit channel, it's going to be a chen struct, something like that. Something very simple, we don't care about that, right? Let's copy this. It's going to be quit channel, make chen. I need to order. Make chen struct. Can we please? Boom, boom. Is it like that? No, it's not. It's like this then. Okay, it's fine. It's if we write into it. Yeah. Yeah, so we do this case as quit. Oh yeah, we can do this, isn't it? Yeah, we can, right? Guess we have a quit channel. I don't know what you want to do. I don't know. Maybe you could do something for S, peer, range. There's actually S peers. I don't know what we need to do. I just wanna just experimenting here. Can we do peer close or something? This is really coming on the top of my head, guys. I have no clue. That's how you actually write code, to be honest. Peer. Wait, can we stop? Can we peer close? We can't. There's a netcom. No, it's not true. This is the netcom. Yeah, something like that. Right? You could send a message to this peer, not notifying, whatever. You're gonna do some stuff. It doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to. Yo, Mansoor, what's up, man? Yo, Mansoor. Actually, I don't know how to pronounce your name. You send me a voice message on Discord how to pronounce your name. Mansoor. Not quite sure. Prime Tues. Yeah, Twitch much better. Yeah, man, you can come to Twitch. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, something like that. You could do a graceful shutdown. So the cool stuff is with these channels, right? That's actually the cool stuff is that because you're handling these messages, if we are here at quit channel, right? If we are processing This is the cool thing about channels. If we are here, right? We can't be here. Does that make sense to anybody? Let that sink in a bit. If we are here, we can't be here. That basically means if we are gracefully shutdowning, we cannot add new peers. Isn't that cool? Talking about Chinese, I will order some. Have great. Yeah, man. I really need to do it right now because they ask me. Holy shit. What can I? What's on Chinese here, man? Mihun! Chop choy. Lekker. So basically, always gonna be always nasi. Nasi. Zeker die rijst. Nasi. Met die eieren. Oh, wait, guys, I'm so sorry. Wait, guys, I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. I need to do this. It's like a select switch statement in Python, something like that. Yeah. Right, so we're gonna wait. Just one more thing, guys. Dat zijn die. I'm gonna talk Dutch hier. Dat zijn die gefrituurde. Ah, my fingers are so fucking fat. Balletjes, huh? Huh? Actually, not good, guys. Wacht, hè. Wait a bit, guys. I'm so sorry. One portion for the kids. Wait, I'm actually typing English. That's bad. Good evening, Abdallah Hadi Mohammed. Salam alaikum. Guys, listen, if you need to... You see 300 and Telnet. Look at that! Caesar coming with the port thingy. Half an hour later. I don't know what fucking country you are, but that's already been fixed. Wait, what's going on? Perch, come. Alright. Okay, let's continue here. Enough Chinese ordering stuff, huh? Bro, go into that Chinese food, man. Alright, so let's quit channel here is fine. So now we can actually quit whenever we want. How are we gonna do that? Well, what I do is this, right? Func. Something like that. Func. Man. S server. Close. Let's make it capital because I don't know, maybe it's a thing. It should return an error, but hey, fuck that shit. Don't return errors. Let's do error because every closed channel, every closer is returning an error. So let's do that. Doesn't mean that we need to return one. We can return new, right? So we go to S. Quit channel. And now we do this. Struct boom, 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 boom. Right? Just like that. And then return no. Right? Something like that. So we could do something like this. Actually, let's print. What is our shutdown here? fmt println. graceful server shutdown, whatever. Graceful server shutdown. Yeah. One more thing. Alright. Dinner at my place! Graceful server shutdown. And then we're gonna do this thing here. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is this. Let's make a go funk again. Go funk. Boom, 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 boom. Man, too big. And then we're gonna say here time, sleep, boom, time, seconds, actually milliseconds, actually seconds, times. How many seconds? 2. 2 seconds. And then we say s quit channel. No, s. Did we close? That's so bad. Why don't we make close here? I don't like close. Oh, let's keep close. Why not? Let's keep close. S close here. Boom, 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 boom. Go run, main, go, boom. Just like that. That's it. And after 2 seconds, it should actually, boom. The graceful service shutdown. The thing is that if we are here, what we need to do is break. Well, actually, we need to return. Is that a thing? Holy crap. It's not. Why is it still actually... Normally I should stop, right? Am I actually a retard or something? Yeah, I am. I am, guys. Why is blocking us? Because your start func still works. Is that? Huh? God damn it. Of course. This for loop is blocking us, huh? So we need to... This is fine. Actually, this free. We don't need this break free. We can just return here. That's going to be perfectly fine. The thing is, we want to make sure that this is completely stopped. Okay, we can do this, right? 4. Can we do a select also? I'm thinking here because this is what this is a for loop. We want to stop doing that. Can we do this? Can we do this? Shit, that's not gonna work, huh? Man. It's not gonna work, Anthony. What are you doing here? Shit, it's not gonna... Can we return here? We can't. That's actually... I don't think it's a good idea what I'm doing, but I'm just trying here because I don't know. Maybe it works. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe that could work. I don't think it is because this channel is gonna be missing return. Not quite sure. No, because the channel is only... what we could do is use a context. The problem is this channel is closed, right? Why is it not... Let me see if this panic is coming true, to be honest. Okay, what's going on here? I don't know. Oh man, I'm so sorry guys, but it's like, I need to... Okay, fine. Okay, so this quit channel is not working. The thing is, I don't really like this for select. Here. It actually should work. I don't understand. I have the best idea actually. This guy's a maniac! Akimitsu once again. Actually, that's the play. What he's telling me. Just close the fucking listener. Yeah, of course. That's a good idea. Let's do that. What are we doing? I don't think we need this bullshit here. We can just close. We can just close it, right? We can just do this. We don't need this. This default thing. It's fine. We don't need that. We're just gonna close it, and it's gonna work. Actually, we could do this. If r is not nil, we could do if errors is r io r closed pipe net.close r closed or something. Is that a thing? R closed is an error returned by an IO call on a network connection that has already been closed. Maybe it is. Maybe something like that. We could actually do return nil. Something like that. Otherwise, we have an error and we continue. This is basically a closed connection. Maybe. Most of the time, these things doesn't work, in my opinion. Sometimes these errors are not compatible or something. It's crazy. But this is going to work. And we can actually close this thing here, right? Here. As close. No. As ln close. And then run that. Is that a thing? I think it is. Yeah, now it's fine. Look at that. Thank you so much, Akimitsu. That's the best play, to be honest. You could... What we are doing, we could do something the same thing. But this is better, right? You just close the listener. GG, well played, right? Let me actually try something here. Let me panic here to see if you are actually... Yes, we are here. Debugging like a Timmy. Sometimes... Okay, you see? It works, right? Yes, we are here. So that's nice. That's exactly that. This code works exactly like I want it to work. So I'm happy, right? Something like that. And believe it or not, this sounds stupid what we are doing, but this is actually very important material. Because if you know this, and you can build on top of that, right? Because we can do something else. We can add messages also. We can read stuff and messages. If you know this stuff, you basically know Golang. You know everything, in my opinion. You know the gross. Of course, interfaces and all that stuff. But you know you can navigate in a lot of projects. Because all this stuff happens at the core of the get client Ethereum in Go. This happens a lot in, for example, console, etcd. In all these projects, maybe Docker somewhere. You know, it happens every fucking where. It's the basics of every networking thing most of the time. Used correctly, context is very important as well. Yeah, it's true. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna give you a better example where you should use context. I don't think for closing, it's something decent. I would use it here. For example, let's have this. Let's have a message channel. Message, yeah, it's gonna be this. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be a channel of message, right? Let's do that real quick. Type message struct boom 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 data, maybe byte. I have no clue. Is it byte? We don't know. Maybe like that. I don't know. We're gonna see this. Let's do a message channel. Message chan make chan 4chan message half says loudest. Fair. GG. Yeah, like that. So we could do something like that. Case. Actually, let's boom, boom. Let's delete this. Boom, boom. Message. Boom. Read as message chan. What's going on here? Ah, yeah. S handle if r s handle message r not nil. What's going on here? Return. Actually, can we? We can't. I don't know. Let's just print this out, man. I don't know what we need to do with this thing. Of course, handle message doesn't exist. Thing is, where can we use context? Here. Is that? Actually, it's a bad example because most of the time context is getting used. Context is designed for a user. Context is designed for a library to use, so the user of the library can use the context to cancel communicate stuff whenever he pleases. That's actually where context is for design. And I have a very good video. If you watch my video and you don't understand context, then it's back to JavaScript for you, my man. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Try chewing tobacco. Are you fucking crazy? Signals cancels timeouts. Exactly, Mario. Listen to Mario. He knows. Handle message. So this is exactly the same pattern here. Handle a fucking message. So we're gonna make this thing func as server handle message. Boom. Message. Message. Error. And then you can switch. You can switch a message, and you can. It's just like the Ethereum blockchain client works. Oh, it's a add peers message. You're gonna add the peers. It's a get blocks request. You're gonna handle a get blocks request. You know what I mean? It's a pattern for peer-to-peer systems. It's a pattern. This is the big, guys. This is the beginning of your millions. Once again, message. Boom. Return the whole nothing here. Nil. Nil. So now, how can we do that? The problem is, if you want to read a message, what you need to do is you need to have a read loop. Here you need a read loop. So I'm gonna do something very dirty, actually. What I would do is wrap the com into a peer structure and use. I would do something like that. Func read loop com net com. Maybe I don't care. Because again, this for loop. We should stop that, but if the com is borked, the for loop is gonna. How can we do that? nr io copy. How do we do that? Nbuff. Are we gonna make a byte? No. Bytes buffer maybe. Can we do this? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just filling in things, and if it works, it works. And if it don't work, I don't know. I'm just gonna print this out. Will we continue here? Maybe. Let's do that. Read loop errors. No clue, guys. Just pressing buttons, and we can actually do. Can we do this? Nah, it's not true, man. It's not true. You're gonna copy this thing, and Anthony, what are you doing? I would do this actually, to be honest. Fuck this buff bytes. Let's do this. Buffer, buff. Let's do that. Let's do just this. Make, I don't know. Make a slice of bytes. Make a slice of bytes. 24, something like that. This one. The pinnacle of this. And then I do just this, man. Buff. There's a problem. Do we need to copy that? Can we do that? I think it's dangerous to do this. Buff n. Huh? How does it work? Cannot use buff n variable type byte struct byte struct. Oh, we can't, right? No, we're gonna do this. And r is com read buff. Look at that. Everybody makes mistakes. I think it's like that. How did I do this? How do you do that? Oh no, it's this, man. No, it's not. It's not. I think it's this. You see, sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. It's normal, man. You can. It's like whatever. I'm already playing some other games in the left side of my brains. I'm already thinking what I need to do for Chinese and all that stuff, you know. Yeah, and then we do shit. This read loop needs some. That's Karaka. How are we gonna communicate this? Can we do that? That's actually very dangerous to do. Why? Because now you have this pointer to a server. It is what it is. Just be dirty, man. I would do something like that. Message channel and just dump in. Actually, let's be even more dirtier. Let's just do this. Paste in. Save maybe. It's not gonna work because... yeah. Something like that. So now we have a read loop. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna spin up this read loop each time we have this thing here. Which is such bad code to be honest, but it is what it is. Let's do something like that. Go as read loop. Come. I don't know if it's gonna work, but maybe it is. That's the thing. That's just go with the flow, right? And you fix on the go, right? Yeah, it's a bit this message here. Message. Got message. Message. It's actually gonna, I don't know clue if it actually is gonna work. Wait, we need to make sure we need to make sure we don't do this thing. Go. Run, main, go. Yeah. What? Maybe the download here. You see now we have these messages. The one problem is, oh, what's going on here? No, of course not. Well, Anthony West, this is not gonna work, man. What's going on? Why are you so stupid? Now see, and now it's working. Now we have hello. You know what I mean? You see, now we have all these messages here, of course, but they are numbers, Anthony. I can't read them. Please help me. Okay, Timmy, listen very carefully. We can do this. String MSG. It's not. Of course we can. Because we do this. You see, now we have these things, right? Easy. And then you could, each time you get a message, you can actually do something like, I don't know, for_peer, and you write it back to the peer, and you have a chat system. You know what I mean? Easy peasy. Yeah, I think you could do something like that. Wait, let me do this. Wait, go, run, main, go. Let's do that. Boom. Oof, this is for the not good for the blind homies here. Let's do telnet. Local host 3000, right? Boom, press enter. Okay, here's the same thing. Clear the screen. This new keyboard layout is annoying. Boom. Hello from A. I press enter, right? So now we have this hello from A. We could say hello from B. Press enter. Hello from B. So how can we communicate with each other? Well, it's very simple. So now we have these peers here. We can actually that's bad. No, it's not, because we're handling a message which is getting handled here on this thing. Handle a message. What do I tell you? If we are here, we can't be anywhere else. You know? That's why girls want you to be in their neighborhood. They want you to be with her. So because when you are there, you can't be anywhere else. So the only thing we need to do is basically, I think, something like that. What do you think what you need to do? Well, I think we need to do something like what's going on here? Handle message. Something like this. Actually for peer in range as peers. Boom boom. Peers sent. We can't. Write. Can we write? Yeah, we can. Peers write message data. Can we do that? Is it that simple? I have no fucking clue. Let's try it. Go, run, main, go. Let's do this. This Timmy here. Boom. Hello, presenter. You see, we got him, right? Shit, actually we need to do hello from A, presenter. You see, hello from A. Hello from A. Hello from Timmy, presenter. Hello from Timmy. But you get Timmy, yeah, of course, because if you don't want to broadcast to yourself, you can actually do a check, right? It's very simple. You could do something like that. Because this is a message, we don't know from which peer it is, right? It's actually very simple, guys. What we can do is this, right? Peer, actually, actually from, we could do this. String, why not? To be honest, what is a net? What is it? Yeah, from is fine. From is fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. So what you do, look at this. And if you can do this, you're a god. I swear to God. If you know this, that's what you need. You don't need. That's what you need in Golang. All this stuff, knowing what you need to do. Message. So it's from. From is basically com.remote adder. Let's make it a string just because. What is actually a remote adder? A net adder. Yeah, but that's annoying. That, right? So we could do this, right? Range peers. If peers dot remote adder is not message dot from, then we're gonna send this doom string. This is programming. This is what programming is, guys. Trust me. And if you don't believe it, keep driving your bicycle. That's programming and nothing else. Hello. You see? Hello only for here, not for here. You just fixed a bug. You know what I mean? Hello from B. You see? Hello from B. GG. This is Telegrams backend. Yeah, it's so simple. Everything is simple. But everybody makes things complicated. That's the problem these days. And that's why I'm here. That's why I am the prophecy of the tech community. I'm here to make things simplified. Because that's what it is. Because if you can make simple things, and you add simple things on top of simple things, and you keep adding simple things on top of simple things, you're gonna have a project that's actually very complicated, but that's actually shipped. And you understand what's going on. That's what it is. And this is, you could say this is kind of low level stuff, but this is important in Golang, because if you know that, you're gonna basically be a chat. All that other stuff like writing APIs, guys, that's the easy part. Because that's simple. Simple stuff. It's knowing how to interact with MongoDB, how to use a package, how to use a package, how to... Simple, simple, simple. This is where you need to think about what you're gonna use. You need to think more. Is this perfect? Of course not. But it's a beginning. It's the beginning of something beautiful. You know what I mean? That's what I want to learn from time to time. And that's how you need to freestyle your way to learn things. And once you know that, right? Once you know this stuff, then reading a book, then reading source code from the internet, then reading other stuff, watching tutorials, all these things are going to make more sense. You're going to say, hey, that approach from this guy is amazing. I'm going to utilize that because I'm doing it all. I did it like this, but what I saw from this guy is amazing. So I'm going to utilize his pattern, his technique, and I'm going to utilize this. And that's how you grow. You pick what you want and you leave behind what you don't want. You know what I mean? But you freestyle this, yeah, but I wrote this like 1 million times, so it's like, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same garbage code I wrote all the time, so guys don't know. But that's what you need to do also. And you're gonna memorize this stuff, you're gonna memorize all this bullshit. Are there any questions? Because I'm here to help you. I'm here to release you. To free your mind. You know what I mean? Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's very important. Because I promised my grandma that I'm gonna have 100k subscriptions by the end of the year. So don't let grandma down, please. Okay? Very important. Tell me about your new Vim integration. I don't have a new. This is VS Code. Simple plugin. Not too big, not too fancy. Also, I've checked the links in the description. I don't know if it's in this description, but check the links, right? I have 2 courses, the full-time GoDev and the HTMX course, and I'm teaching you the same mechanics, right? I'm teaching you in the same style, the same uncompleted style, because it's not about you copy pasting the code that's going to make you good. It's you seeing me making progress, motivating you, giving you ways to do stuff, approaches to do stuff, so you can utilize these and learn it very well. That's important. That's the goal of my teachings. Some people don't like it. That's fine. Let them drive their bicycles. It's fine. We drive 550 HP sports cars. That's a difference. You know what I mean? That's the difference. No, of course not. It's like everybody has its own way of learning things, right? That's what it is. I'm not for everyone. Anyway, me seeing you explain the matrix. Holy shit. The problem is I cannot see how many viewers there are on YouTube. It's so annoying. I don't understand. Is this thing? 97. 80. Did everybody go to Twitch or something? What's going on? Or am I just not popular enough? It could also be. Let me see. What is this? The Anthony GG. Yeah, it looks like Deep Ramagen, but the problem is that nothing is 39 viewers on Twitch is the first time. That's amazing. That's crazy, actually. Normally on Twitch are 3 people, right? Like 4. How do you say that? 3 men and a dead horse, and a horse head. Actually, that's the Dutch translation. The thing is that yeah, so the Anthony GG is because everything is taken, right? Anthony GG is taken. Anthony, yeah, it's annoying. Paardenkop. 3 man and a paardenkop. True. Man, I'm so hungry. George Hot is online. And the boss. Crazy. What's that? What is this, man? Copilot, best practice. This is a Timmy. This guy is a Timmy. So I'm so sorry, man, but you're a Timmy. I think they are all Timmys, actually. Documentation management. Who cares about documentation? What are you talking about? Getting started with VS Code. Why would anybody watch this? 1.8 million views? How to get started with VS Studio Code. It's the most basic editor on the fucking planet. You know? These videos, guys. This whole page from VS Code. This whole page here basically proves. Where is my Excalibur? Do we have this line still? Where is our Timmy line? Damn it, we deleted that. Proves the Timmy curve. Right? There are only 10% chats in the world. Could say 1%, but I don't want to disappoint you. 90% Timmys. 90% Timmys. You know what I mean? Timmy. The Timmy scale. Timmy scale. Here. You are here. You are here. You are. I can't even write. Here. You are here. I'm so sorry, guys. Of course not. Maybe you are. Maybe the 1% could be correct. I know, but okay. Okay. Mario said 1%. Okay, it's Mario. Mario decided. Mario decided to basically completely pop your bubble, right? Hey, I was still a little bit kind. I said 10%, but Mario said 1. So this is why. Look, learn Visual Studio Code in 7 minutes. It's like you just need to press buttons. It's easy. You press A, you see A, right? That's how VS Code works. You know what I mean? It's very simple, right? You press A, you see A. What you press is what you get. You know what I mean? Enter is a new line. It's classic stuff. Okay? Editor. It's a yeah, fine. Okay. What do we have next? Using Git. Yeah, okay. Maybe that. If you really want to do that, maybe that's going to be a good video. C++ in VS Code, a quick guide. That would be a hell of a guide, I'm not gonna lie. And you see this, one hell of a woman, you can see that. One hell of a woman. This guy here. This is the Timmy, documentation management. Nobody cares about that. The top 5 VS Code productivity tips. Yeah. Can you use ChatGPT in VS Code? Holy crap, man. Python with GitHub Copilot. Timmy. It's a Timmy world! That's why I need to make more videos for Timmys. And that was my biggest mistake with my channel in the beginning. Because what I did, I made videos for the chats here. I need to make videos where the most fish is. So I need to make videos for the Timmys. You know? Took me 1.5 years to actually realize that. Because that's where the money is. You know? That's where the money is. 90%. Yeah, exactly. Nathan Renand says, like, hey, who knows C++ but does not know VS Code? If you know C++, you basically have been in Sea Lion. You've basically been every fucking where in VS Code. You've been through the thunder and the storm. You know what I mean? You have seen some pain in C++, right? Make files, CMake, compiler errors. You've been getting clapped, right? Shoot yourself in the foot a couple times. So VS Code is going to be a breeze, right? Because you press what you see is what you get. It's easy. It literally has 4 buttons to press, you know. But hey, that's me. But hey, that's why, again, that's why the scale is really a thing, right? The Timmy scale is really a thing, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up because yeah, I need to Chinese and all that stuff. You know what I mean? And yeah, have some time with the family, you know. I also hidden my ex, so hopefully she can find them also tonight. Who knows? You know, it's Easter for everyone, isn't it? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Next stream, the $1 billion roast challenge. That's going to be interesting. I need to prepare a little bit, right? Because we cannot freestyle that. You know, we need to do a little. It could be interesting. Could be maybe a multiple streams about that because it's not going to be that easy. But I think it's interesting. It's actually more for the 1%, but we will make it more Timmy-ish. You know what I mean? We will make it more 99%. We're gonna say the $1 billion roast challenge, and then we clickbait them with HTMX full stack. You know, and then they come in and then they see that and then they get all the bonus. You know what I mean? Or get hired instantly. Yeah, that's a good thing. Get hired instantly by solving the Get hired instantly by solving the $1 billion roast challenge in Golang. And people say, but it's Go. Yeah. But why do you always write Golang in your thumbnails? Because Golang is a better keyword than Go. That's why. It's all about business, boys. How to not be a Timmy. Alright. A sub button, please. Yeah, actually, yeah, we need to. Can I do this already? I have no clue. I'm gonna make a sub button. Maybe I'm gonna be a streamer. Who knows? I have no. We have 38 viewers. Normally, you're all on YouTube. But it's good. Go to Twitch because then we can actually communicate directly. You know what I mean? Then we can 50 subs required. Then we can chat directly with YouTube. I don't know. I don't understand. It's like 2-minute delay. It's annoying. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. 50 subs required. 50 followers. Is it only 50 followers for a sub button? That's crazy. I will make a sub button. It doesn't really matter, right? Because I'm not gonna be rich from stream. But if you want to sub to me, why not? And I probably do some other stuff, some emoticons and all that bullshit here, so we can do some memes. Why not? Anyway, thanks for watching. Happy Easter and all that stuff. I'm gonna eat Chinese and hopefully have a good sleep also. Bye bye. I love you all.